Hi, thank you for coming. Me and Teresa here are going to be really vulnerable with people, and we hope it's going to, our intention is to help you be able to be inspired maybe with what we're doing. And it's going to get real scary for me, but that's what we have to do to hold ourselves accountable. So we decided to create this Facebook site, and we hope you join, comment, share. Anyway, we decided to call it Fatty and Fatsy, Weight Loss Journey and Friends, because we're going to get kind of boring here. So we want to invite some people on here to bring value to everybody. But right now, we're going to share a story. And I guess, do you want to tell them why we came up with the name?
Okay, because we're fat with a PH, fat. And my name's Teresa, and
I'm Fatsy, because I start with the C, and I'm Celeste. So
fat T and fat C. We're fat with a PH. And this reminds me of, okay, so we're cousins, and probably no one's going to watch this except us. But when we were, and she's my sister to me, like I don't have any sisters, and she's my sister and my best friend. And so I'm not like a sister to her or a best friend to Celeste. She makes sure to let me know that that's true. But
in my world, I had lots of sisters, so a sister was no big deal. And I have lots of friends, so that wasn't a big deal. But I'd always tell her she was my favorite cousin because I have lots of cousins. So that was a great title to earn, I felt like, in my world.
Whatever, it wasn't a big deal to your sisters and your friend. We know about Heidi being your BFF. So. But anyway, yeah, I'll settle for your favorite cousin because you do have a lot. So yeah, we're funny. And when we were little kids, though, we used to sit and record ourselves and laugh. And now here we are, almost 50, recording ourselves.
And we'll probably be the only ones to watch it, and we'll laugh. But,
yeah. But
anyway, we have a story to share. So Teresa, you get to be first with your story.
Okay. All right. So so we both have a story, pretty good story. And when I was little, so I'm 5'10", and I remember being in grade school wearing Levi Strauss jeans, 24-32. My waist was 24 and my length was 32. I was tall little string bean, and I loved to eat, but I was just able to eat whatever I wanted to eat, and I used to eat a lot. And people would come over to my house. What do you want to do? Let's eat. And and also we had the candy shop because our dads are brothers, and they had a candy shop. And so we'd go over there and eat all that yummy chocolate our family just liked to eat. My mom always said, anybody can eat when they're hungry. It takes real talent to eat when they're full. And so
we were talented in that. We were really talented with that.
We were talented. Yeah. And then anyway, I grew up and it started catching up with me in my 20s. But I wanted to tell the candy shop story. And so should we tell the candy shop story or should we not?
Oh, we could save it for another time, or if you want to share it now, it's up to you. I don't care.
Okay, we can talk about it a different time. But I got to be older. I got to be in my 20s. All of a sudden, the weight started coming on when I was 20, 21. I couldn't, and I still had the habit of eating all the time, and got myself pretty big. And then after, so it got to be about 230 pounds. And then after my husband died of 18 years, I got depressed and I got all the way up to 265 pounds. Pretty big. And I think I was only 14 pounds or 13 pounds away from being able to have gastric bypass surgery. And you and I, we'd gone on a million diets, our whole lives and stuff. But anyway, we're always trying to lose weight. So, in fact, your family blames me for having to have your gallbladder removed.
What?
Didn't you tell me your family said it was my fault that you had to have your gallbladder removed?
I don't remember that. I don't remember a lot of things, probably on purpose, but I mean, we've done some crazy cleanses. So, I mean, if they want to call it because of the cleanse we did,
I don't know. I remember you
let's
telling
blame
me.
you. You made my gallbladder removed. No.
Yeah. Okay. I just got a text. I had to read it. Okay. So now tell your story.
Okay. So we were the exact opposite. I was raised the fat kid, always, even in elementary school. And I look back at the pictures and I didn't feel I was that much fatter than everybody else, but I was thick. Like, I did not have string bean arms. I was a thick kid. And I've always been. So I was always a fat kid, even if 30 pounds heavier than everybody else, which is fat. But when I look back, maybe it wasn't 30, maybe it was only 10 or 15 pounds heavier than everyone else. But back then, it was normal to be string bean, and I wasn't. So I was just always the fat kid. And then...
Fat with the PH kid.
Yeah, no, I was the fat, and I have the large Marge boobs too. And so, I mean, it didn't matter what my waist was. All they could see was my large Marge and running around. And anyway, so that's a whole new story. What?
Worse less. I'm not big boobs.
Yeah. Anyway, and so the same thing, you get married, we work in the candy shop. I'm eating chocolates because that's what we do every candy season. And, the weight, I had 7 kids. So the weight just crept up and crept up. With every child I had, it crept up and up and up and up and up, to the point that you're like, what do I do now? You get so desperate, like, what do I do? I don't even know what to do anymore. So then you go to the doctor, and the doctor says, I mean, seriously, the doctor told me, get a dog. I'm like, what? Yeah, if you had a dog, the dog would force you to go outside and walk. And I'm like, okay, well, the dog idea force me to walk is great, but you don't know that I can open the door and say, go do your business, dog, and I'll see you when you're done. I mean, seriously. So, and then the gastric bypass surgery is like, it's scary. And thank goodness Teresa talked me out of that one. But I've done the yo-yo. I mean, I've done lots of diets. I've even done HCG diet and got myself down to 167. It was like, woo!
What was your weight? What was your weight before? From what to what? You never said.
I was probably 290 something. And then I got down to 167. It didn't stay off though. And it maybe could have, but I got a whole new depression with it. The whole new depression came with it of the saggy skin. And I'm not a rich person, so Teresa's like, Celeste, you can just go have surgery. Well, okay, so I get my arms done, then I get my tummy tuck. I have to have my boobs lifted. I had elephant legs where, they're all wrinkly underneath. And it's like, it's depressing. And I went into a bit of depression and I gained the weight back and some. I was maybe I was only 280, but then I got back up to, I was up to 310. And then that's when Teresa started helping me. And then here I go, I yo-yo again. I lose the weight, I gain the weight, I lose the weight, I gain the weight. So now it's time to watch me shrink and grow and figure out what is in my brain emotionally stopping me. And hopefully emotionally we can figure this dumb thing out and be done with it once and for all. So there's my story.
If we had Facebook followers, and we might, like if someone has, there's going to be so many hearts coming to you right now, like ding, 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 send any hearts. Like I bet you anything, like people feel your heart. We didn't tell the part of we gotta tell someone
Jump
part.
on me.
What?
We used to jump on me all the time. Ma or Celeste, be my horse.
No.
Give me a piggyback ride. Celeste, carry me here. Celeste, like, quit jumping on me. Stop. And then you'd have to apologize profusely forever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Still the same. It's still the same, except I don't jump on your back, literally. But then I start I'm sorry all the time. Okay.
We give it to each other. It's still the same relationship. So it's fun. We have fun. We'll invite our cousin Lisa in on this, and she's really fun too.
She is fun because she'll tell about our diets. So I think today we're just going to talk about just our past stories and, you know, where we were, and then we'll start talking about where we're going. But I think I didn't tell the part. I want to finish my part. It's tea time.
Pull out your cup of tea.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. Yeah, we should have our tea when we do this, our little herbal tea. But
I have my big C, my big cup. You can have your little tea.
my mason jar, so we can measure our water.
You need a teacup.
Teacup, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting over it. But so I got myself all the way up to 265 pounds, and then I went and I saw a life coach because I had a plan to for real after my husband died. I had a real plan to do that. I was depressed. I didn't want to be alive. Life felt too hard, and I ate more and more and more and got fatter and fatter till I got to 265 pounds. And then I went and I saw a life coach in this big seminar, and he was standing there and he was all poised and he was just saying all this powerful stuff. And I was like, I love what he's saying. So wise what he's saying. But he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he doesn't know what it's really like. You know, that guy, that millionaire guy, him. And then, like, it was a 3-day seminar, and one of those days, his picture flashed up and he showed who he was. And he was struggling financially like me. He was severely overweight, obese, you know, morbidly obese like me. Maybe we won't call him morbidly obese. He was very overweight, obese. We won't say his name. And he had a crappy job, you know, and just was struggling, and same with his wife. And so I got that made me pay attention. So I started listening to him, and I decided that I was going to take every one of his classes and listen to every one of his CDs. And so I did. I started doing that. I made a vision board because he taught me about vision boards, and I started doing all his classes. And I started taking his classes and learning how to set goals, and started talking to myself different. I want to know about your self-talk. My self-talk hasn't been that good. So I started talking to myself different, and I was doing these practices every day and say, look in the mirror and say, I add value to other people's lives. And I didn't think I did, but I started saying that. I add value to other people's lives.
And how easy was that for you?
To say it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of myself right now, and if I had to look in the mirror and say, I add value to people's lives. Do I? I question myself. Do I add value?
You know you add value. Like
I
if you
want
run
to.
around, if you
I
if
want to, but that's the thing too, is in my noggin. Do I really feel like I add value to people? Am I valuable? Well, those are big, huge questions we have to ask ourselves. It's a
that,
big deal.
you know what? More hugs are gonna come. Like if we were watching a live, even though no one's probably watching this, they'd be like sending you love. Like you're gonna be the star of this show. I already know it. The star of a show between us.
You'll send me some hugs later, Teresa. Thank you.
Do you,
I deserve them from one person.
so that's true though what you're saying. And well, actually in the seminar, they said, stand up and tell the person next to you, I add value to other people's lives. And I was like, I couldn't say it. And it was so embarrassing. And it was then I started to cry. And then it was like, just say it already and sit down. And finally I was able to say it. I sat down. I didn't want to look to the left, didn't want to look to the right. And I felt so ashamed. But I went home and I started saying that. So I'm feeling a little bit of like I haven't been saying that. And I haven't been feeling good. And I want to go back to you adding value in a second. But first I want to talk about me. And
Well,
so
good.
and so I started saying those things in the mirror. And it was really amazing. Even though I didn't believe that in myself, I believed him. And I didn't trust, anything except for, well, I'll just do what he says. And it was really amazing as I started saying these things and doing these things, how it started to change my thoughts. And when my thoughts started getting changed, when I started changing the words that I said to myself, then all of a sudden I thought, you know what? I bet I could lose weight. And I did. And I became a health coach and a life coach. I would never charge anyone for my life coaching because I just did that to try to help myself. But health coach, I've helped a lot of people lose a lot of weight. And I shouldn't say that I would never be a life coach. I learned a lot of things. I'm still a work in progress, but
You never say never. You never say never.
never say never. But right now, you and me and you, I think
You
that,
and I.
yeah, you and I, right now, you and I, me,
Just you
me and
and I.
yeah. Anyway, we haven't been very nice to ourselves and saying nice things, but I want to finish my story about me. So,
You go ahead, girl. You talk about you.
and so um I lost this weight, became a health coach, life coach, helped a lot of people lose weight, helped you lose weight. And then I moved across the country. I got engaged. In my house, everything was really in control. I had all my power words and we would watch my TED Talks and my personal growth videos. And I did my journaling every morning, and I had healthy food in my house, and I had all this stuff, and everything was working. And I looked pretty good. I had some weight that I needed to lose if I wanted to be perfect, but I really liked my body. I felt good. It was exactly what I imagined. And then I got here, and it's like scary movies instead of personal growth things. No personal growth. Nobody wants to do personal growth around here. And the food, when I got here, it was like there's nothing in this pantry I can eat. Nothing. There was nothing in the pantry that I could eat. Even like the fruit was all covered in sugar. And slowly, I don't want to admit it, but I don't want to say it very loud. Because I don't want them to know. But the whole world can. I got from 265 pounds to 195 pounds to just on Monday, I think it's a 234 or 35 or 36 pounds. That's like 40 pounds. Everybody else can know, but not these guys.
They're all gonna, well, they may not see it, but
Watch any of this stuff. They don't watch it. Anyway, and so you lost your weight too with me.
yeah, we were kicking butt when we did it the first time. We were kicking butt. And so to finish my story is the doctor tells me to get a dog. And then I started working with Teresa and learning all of the things she talked to you about.
You said get a dog because you were looking at getting gastric bypass surgery.
No, he also recommended that if I didn't want to get a dog, that maybe I could do gastric bypass surgery. And so he did. He sent me to the gastric bypass surgery class, and they talk about all the complications that can come with it. And it was interesting because the guy that was presenting the class was heavier. And one of the people in the classroom was like, well, why haven't you gotten the gastric bypass surgery? And he was like, oh, well, that's only good for you type of thing. And that's how he makes his money. He's not going to say, I don't do it because it's kind of dangerous. He just said, well, I'm too busy for that. But he did talk about, people make money on stuff like this. So because they have the different surgeries. So of course, each doctor with their own specialty is going to suggest their specialty for the surgery, because there's lots of different gastric bypasses that you can get. So he was saying, make sure that when you pick your surgery, you're picking what's best for you and not what's best for the doctor making money on you. So I just wanted everybody in the room to go, come with me. Let's not do this. Come with me.
So he was overweight, really overweight, but he didn't want to have the surgery, any of them.
I don't know. Yeah, I know that he's the doctor and he said he's not going to do it. But I also know the room full, there were a lot of people and they probably did the gastric. And that's the part where it made me sad. Like, don't do this. Let's figure out a better way. We don't want to do this.
So why did it make you sad?
Well, because I know there where I am, because at that time I was lost. What am I going to do? All I knew was what I had been doing, and everything I was doing was wrong. I was just coming right back and actually gaining more weight. Every time I lost it, you don't my mom told me way back when I was in high school, don't ever go on a diet. All it does is make you gain weight. And from what I learned this last time of losing weight, it's not a diet. You've got to change your lifestyle. So the second part of my story is I lost 70 pounds working with Teresa.
You did too?
Yeah, well, or almost 80. I was like 70, 80. And then I got into bad habits, but I excused it because I was plateaued. I plateaued for a long time. Your stress was you're moving. My stress was I just started this company and I want to be good at it. And I'm working and I'm running, I'm getting there and I'm feeling it. And I'm doing really good at it because of how they train me to do it. I'm doing really good. But I'm socializing, I'm seeing people, I'm connecting with people, I'm going to their houses, I'm going to parties, I'm socializing. And then COVID happened. Well, and a little bit before COVID happened, somebody said something to me, and it was nothing mean. It just gave me an excuse to change my habit. It was this excuse my fat brain liked the thoughts of. It was the excuse of, yeah, it's okay. You can cheat a little.
When was that?
At Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, that was way before COVID.
Way before COVID, but I was able to not gain too much weight. I still kind of plateaued. Okay, I gained 20 pounds.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you put your weight on really fast.
I put my weight on really fast after COVID. Bad.
Bad.
And the thing is, it's like you fell up. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a sugaraholic. And you fall off that wagon. And it's like the alcoholic that's like, I'm trying to get on that wagon. I want to get back on that wagon, but I've fallen off. And it's like, wait. It's never, I can't commit to getting on the wagon. And so now COVID happened and I get depressed. I'm a social person. I can't go out of my house. I don't even want to go to the store. Teresa, do you realize I don't go to the store anymore? I don't go buy my vegetables anymore. I send my kids off because I hate the mask. I'm terrible. I don't want to wear the mask. So then I send my family, husband, go buy this, daughter, go buy this.
But you
I
will
hate
go buy
it.
groceries?
You know I hate it. What?
Yeah, but to go to the grocery store, Celeste.
Seriously, it's like torture to have to go to Costco. And I am like a panicked attacked crazy lady that I kind of have my mask like this. I pull it out from underneath my mouth. And I know if somebody tries to attack me for it, I will go crazy on them. And so,
You know what? There's something that my mom told me that you can actually get a thing to wear to say I don't have to wear a mask for specific reasons.
well,
So
I know, and I've seen it. They have a little thing you can put on your phone because it's against HIPAA to give out your about your doctor stuff. I don't remember the word in, but there's a little thing. It's against the law to make you force you to wear a hat. But I mean, I try and be a good Samaritan and wear the stupid mask, even though I hate it. And sorry.
who's it?
Oh, I'm in the middle of it. Thanks, babe. I have a note on my door that says I'm in a meeting, but anyway, they just love me. They just want me around. So I hate it. And so I don't go to the store anymore. And I don't leave my house, and it's depressing. And now the thoughts of going out and walking, it's like, I'm so out of shape. It like my brain is like, this sucks. So I know I need to refix my brain because my brain is in, I hate this so bad. This new world I'm living in so bad that I can't get on the wagon. And it's a major mind block. And so I know a majority of it is up here. So why am I fighting it? It should be so easy.
More hearts, sending you hearts on Facebook.
So where are we? What are we doing?
You're going to be the favorite and everyone's going to tell you, and then you're going to know you add value. Like, you're so valuable. You know, like, I don't know what I would do without you.
That's what you say, but really you're the valuable one because you're the one that spent the time and the energy helping yourself, which helped me. So hopefully we can help others around us.
Oh, now everyone's really going to hate me because you just said that. You're so loved, and I know people are going to send you so much love. If anybody watches this, they'll send you so much love.
But you quit saying that. Have faith, people. Well, hopefully people one day, if we can lose weight, they'll want to watch it.
They will watch it. They will. So let's talk about, no, but I just mean you're so valuable and you're so beautiful, and you'll see. And you have to get in front. Like, the first thing we should probably first do is say that in front of the mirror, like write our declarations of what we're going to say. Like, I add value to other people's lives. I'm valuable. I'm enough.
Yeah, and why are those words so hard sometimes?
Are they hard to say?
Sometimes, yeah.
Look yourself in the eyes. What are you going to say? I'm sexy and I know it.
I'm a brick house.
Say, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Brick house.
Yeah.
Well, should we do that? Because I feel like that's probably the biggest thing you and I both have been battling. Like I'm sitting here joking around and acting like that, but Celeste is my rock, and I'm going through some serious mental stuff right now, and I know it's just that's why I've gained the weight. I got away from my practices, writing in my journal, listening to my stories, setting it to music. Um, you know, and I think we probably, I feel like that's what I need to do. I don't know what you need to do. What you need to do.
What you gonna work on?
What you gonna do? What you gonna
So
do?
what's the takeaway? We have to have a takeaway, and what are we gonna work on? And you know what? It's really, just you saying that really has hit me hard. Like, crap, you know? But put it away. We're working right now.
But I'm sending you hearts. I think the takeaway right now, well, we didn't say what you're back up to. Do you want to say I told?
What? Say what?
What your weight is right now?
Oh, well, I didn't weigh myself this morning. What?
What do you think it is?
What do you think? It's, I think yesterday I weighed 298. So it might be 300 tomorrow because I had a bad morning.
Yeah.
I was craving those crumbles, man.
Crumbles.
New crumbles existed
I've never heard of crumbles.
till Thanksgiving.
Don't even. I'm going to tell you this. Like this
I tell you what, it is the devil.
don't
Don't buy crumble.
say that word. Voldemort. It's like Voldemort from what movie is that from? Voldemort, Harry Potter. You
I
can't say.
don't. I never got into Harry Potter. Sorry.
Well, there's that like the scary name you can't say. It's like Voldemort. So that's the bad words is don't like truly that. Well, this is my new thing is instead of sit there thinking about it and wishing for it and because what happens where you stare you steer. It's like you focus on it and before you know it there it is. So I'm trying to forget about that and not give attention to that. I do have this if anybody's interested. I don't get paid for this with all of my followers. I have nobody. This is called a
Followers of nobody.
all of my followers.
Because you're trying to quit smoking, so go ahead and show us what you're doing to try and quit smoking. It's a big deal. I can't see it now. It's out of the screen, but now it is.
This is okay, now everyone can know that secret too. Thanks. Is
Oh, sorry.
my fiance smokes and I started smoking with him. But I quit smoking. I'm not trying. Trying is out of my vocabulary. And that's true. But I'm not doing this for smoke. And I got this for him. But I like it. And what I put in it, oh, here's some cinnamon. So I put essential oils on it, but I can't find the one that I put in it. But I have like licorice. It's fennel and it tastes like black licorice. And it kind of helps with that.
It just tastes good.
It tastes like black licorice. It's really good. But anyway, so embarrassed. Everybody knows that. Everybody who's not watching this. That's what happened. I let myself go down the drain, unfortunately. And
Change is the hardest thing ever for anybody to deal with. And that's why people say, I mean, I've heard that over and over again. Moving will make you gain weight. Having a child will make you gain weight. Losing someone will make you gain weight. Or the opposite, it'll make you freak out and not eat anything at all and you'll lose weight. So it's a change. It's either Change for losing weight or change for gaining weight. But change is hard. It's hard.
And you are the average of your 5 friends.
What? We'll say that again.
You're the average of your 5 friends. You've heard that, right?
Mm-mm.
You've not heard that?
Mm-mm. School,
What?
sister, school me.
School me cousin, because I'm not your sister.
It works for now.
Okay. You're the average of your 5 friends there. Now I just schooled you. That we do what the people do around us. You know, so I'm big into personal growth. That's hard for me. And so it's been actually very, very difficult for me because when I lived in Utah, you know, I was around, you know, personal growth was my thing. The healthy food, my whole house was full of healthy food. You know, everything I did was around that. And so, you know, coming into a different space where those things are not has been very challenging for me. And so it's actually been good for me because, you know, our greatest weaknesses can become our greatest strengths. And this is how you poke this little thing
That's
out.
what they say. Your greatest weakness will become your greatest strength. And I hate that.
You hate it?
I hate that saying.
I love it now that I know it. That it's true. And so the thing that I try to
When
think,
you're living, when you're in the trenches, though, you just feel like, how am I ever going to become strong? I mean, I'm starting to see it. But when you're in the really bad trenches, you do not see it. It's like, I am never getting out of here. Are you kidding me? But it is.
well, that's true until,
You start getting out of there.
yeah, and then because like when Brian was sick and he was dying and then he died and then I wanted to die and I went through all those years of feeling like the only thing I could do is die. Um, and then you find a better life and you realize that you're like, I like myself better now. I had the best husband in the world. We were best friends, we were soulmates. Everything was easy. He had a good job. He took care of me. Everything was taken care of. We had beautiful kids. It was so easy. And life has been so hard. And I got so PHAT, you know, but I was already PHAT. No, anyway. But when you're in that, you don't get it. But I really think those things are blessings because when I was with him and my life was so perfect, because my life was perfect to me, I wasn't growing. And that maybe that's sour grapes where I just try to feel like I wasn't growing. It was okay that things are different now. But I really feel like no, I wasn't growing. And so right now I can tell you're hurting. And you're feeling, tell me if I'm wrong. Like it's okay to tell me.
Well, tell me. I mean, aren't we all hurting? I'm hurting in a way. And we bury it.
What are you hurting about?
I don't know yet. Well,
You say it.
I'll think about it. Failure.
You're afraid of failing?
Yeah.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But what happens if we, okay, so what happens if we, I've been all about failing for the last however many years now, right? Since I started losing weight and I started becoming a health coach, it's been failure after failure after failure. But what happens when you fail?
You just fell forward. And you have to practice falling forward and being okay with it. I mean, I don't know what it was like growing up in your family, but you were supposed to be perfect. And you got cussed out if you weren't.
At your house?
Yeah, didn't you? With your dad?
No, my dad was super.
Brothers. That's my dad's. My dad's a perfectionist to a fault that he doesn't get stuff done because it has to be so perfect. He can't ever finish anything.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about sending you a heart again.
Would you stop? Stop
You're
it.
afraid of failure. And I get that. And
And it's not just with diet, it's with lots of things that are important to you that you're like, I really want this to be successful.
like our business,
Yeah.
it's going to be. Here's the thing. Because we're in business together too. Here's the thing though. The people, can I talk about me some more?
Yes, please.
So I used to be super scared to go outside of my house, and I was super scared for all kinds of stuff. And finally I liked myself enough after I would look in the mirror and say all those things. And then I thought, okay, I could go out in public now. And then I would go out in public and I was like, that person's better than me. That person's better than me. That person's better than me. That person has more value than me. That person's smarter. That person's cuter. That person's nicer. That person's richer, whatever it was. And you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You have nothing like, or no, you're dumb. You're dumb to me. And then I would go home and cry. But I was in a place where it's like I had to do something different. And so then I'd go back out and do it again. And as scary and as embarrassing, just probably even like this is, then you realize people are nice. And you realize that you grow a lot when you do hard things. And like if we get stuck in never trying, well, and you just keep failing forward, just when you get up again, and every time you fall down and you get back up, your legs are stronger. Think about it. Is it easier to stand there holding on to something, or is it you get on the ground and you have to get back up, and get on the ground, have to get back up? What does that do to your legs? It makes you stronger. And so I forgot what I was talking about. So failing
forward, getting stronger.
Yeah, because if you don't like that's the biggest failure, isn't it?
Not getting back up.
Well, not even doing anything.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest failure.
That's the biggest failure, is to be content. I guess they teach that. You're in a stream. You were either rowing or you're going backwards. You're rowing going forward, or you're sitting still going backwards.
Yeah, it's taking you back. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if content, I don't think you meant that, did you? You just meant not doing anything, being stagnant, not doing.
I don't know. Sometimes, we get content with being the weight we are. And it's like, okay, so let's pretend like I'm my sister Candace. She's always taking care of her weight. She's always watched it. She's so fat when she's 10 pounds overweight. But she's not content. She's always working on it, always. And I guess that's the difference. And, you're like, she'll complain to me and go, if I didn't worry about this, you know what? I'd be 210 Tessa. That's her favorite saying. I don't want to be a 210 Tessa, so I'm working on it. And it is your muscles. If you're not working out your muscles, they're getting weak. So you can't just be complacent. You have to do something. You have to do an action.
I feel like complacent better than content, because I don't think you've ever been content. And this is probably going to piss somebody off if anyone watches it. But who is ever really? This is going to piss a lot of people off. I'm going to get the angry faces. You get all the hearts. I get the anger. But is anybody? I think I've been really heavy and I've been really thin, and I've had lots of money and I've had no money. And thin and money doesn't buy happiness, but it doesn't feel good to have all that extra weight on your body, and it doesn't feel good to be struggling financially. Like I just don't, it doesn't buy happiness or anything, but it does. Were you ever happy being?
I didn't ever worry about it. And that's where I got in the place where I was at, because I didn't care. I was like, bring on the donuts. Woohoo, donuts.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean? What part don't you believe?
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think that if you had that weight on you, I think that you probably felt embarrassed at the swimming pool. I think you probably there's things that you would have done and you didn't do. Is that not true?
Well, yeah, but you can be that weight and be content and who cares if you go to the pool? I don't care if I go to the pool.
Doesn't stop you.
Well, it would stop me, but at the same time, okay. So we're just using words that you want me to change.
What?
Between complacent and content.
I feel like that's true. But that's gonna get me mean faces versus you getting the love. But I feel like com- I feel like feeling like you have to accept it. And
So you're saying accepting is complacent?
well, I feel like I've had
We
to.
say acceptance is content.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I felt like I had to accept it, but I haven't felt like ever. I mean, I don't know. This is for another. This is cut. Let's cut. Maybe even cut this whole
The
part.
whole content thing stuff out. We'll just cut that out.
No, I think we can just leave it because I think this is going to be a hot topic. But Jeff got here and I don't want him to hear
We'll
stuff.
figure it out the next Zoom call. How about that? Complacent or content?
Yeah, let's do
The
that.
difference.
Okay. Okay, well I think this was good. It was good. Because we did it. We're failing forward.
We did something. And so wait, we need action steps. What are we going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to stand in front of this mirror and say, I have value.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to say, stand from the mirror and say, Celeste has value.
It's easier for me to say Teresa has value. She's awesome. It's hard for me to say Celeste has value. She's awesome.
I don't know what I would do.
Because I think we're our hardest judge. We're the biggest creatures of I want my life to be perfect and it's not, and I want it to be. So we're our hardest critic. I feel like, oh my gosh, I won't say the person's name. She's older and she complains about, oh my gosh, my hands and my neck. And you're like, but that's your age and that's what we accept you as. So why are you so hard on yourself about something that you should accept yourself about? And then at the same time too, I do the same thing to myself.
Yeah.
And we all do it to ourselves. And maybe it's because we've been so, what's the word? We've had commercials shoved down our throat our whole life. And so we've been so commercialized that we're not supposed to look like normal 50-year-olds. We're supposed to look like 20-year-olds at 50. Age is a tough thing.
It's a really tough thing. It's really hard.
It's hard, but okay. So do we accept it? Or do you go into surgeries and get your facelifts?
I'm doing that.
I know you are.
doing that.
I know you are.
I got my bra stuffed right now.
If I could afford it, that's when I question myself. If I could afford it, would I do it? I know how painful that is. So painful going into surgery, getting that stuff done and coming out. It's like getting hit by a Mack truck.
Do this.
So you feel like it's worth it?
Do it. Just do it. Let me see. You can't smile when you do.
You know, my face is so fat. I don't have any wrinkles, but when I start losing weight, and then I'm going to start looking really old. And look, my neck. So I already have the neck stuff going.
Quit poking yourself. Quit being mean. Okay, what's our job then?
I got a self-love.
You're beautiful.
Aw, thanks. Even though sometimes you don't feel that way. But thank you.
Well, here's the thing. You're not wearing makeup. You're like you
I'm due for a shower.
yeah. You're just and so you're not doing that. I went and I got fake nails on, got my hat on, got my everything on. Without my costume on, I look probably 10 years older than this. And you're beautiful. You don't have any of that stuff on. You're not hiding in a costume.
Well, good. We're going to teach you to self-love yourself without being in a costume. How about that?
That will never happen.
That will be the real growth, Teresa. Can you?
That never happens. That's never happening. But
I want it to happen. We'll make it happen. But that's another conversation.
all right, we did good.
Another day. We've been here for way too long.
No, it's just perfect. Okay, so our assignment is to look in the mirror.
Love ourselves.
Okay.
Loving affirmations. What were the things that you said? I've already forgot them.
Well, what things do you need to hear? What are the main things? Okay,
We need to. I'm valuable.
Whatever the thing is, whenever you catch yourself, here's an assignment. I learned this in my stuff. When I wish I had some paper.
You can say it from your memory. Just say it. Just say it.
Just say it, Teresa. Just say it. Okay. So whenever you have something, I'm telling myself all the time, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're whatever, you're an idiot. Nobody likes you. You should just go kill yourself. Like stuff like that. That's really what I've been saying to myself, and it makes me feel sad. So then I'm gonna write, I'm super smart. I'm super duper smart. So if you say you write dumb over here, and so instead of dumb, then you write smart. And you can write like that's just like this and this. So you want to be like super duper smart against dumb maybe. And and then also you say something like about yourself, your physical
I'm
self.
lazy.
My mentor said say something about yourself too. So you're like, when you say I'm dumb, then you say I'm smart. And something.
Love learning.
Yeah, you already know that. Would you do that instead?
Yeah, well, that's a good project to work on. We got to get our head straight before we can start our food straight.
Okay, well, I don't think that lesson came over very good. When whatever there's something negative said over here, then on the other side you write the positive, but you write 2 or 3 things that counteract it. So like if you're going to war, there's like this person against all these people, and then it crushes it. And so write it down, catch it, and then now you know the things you need to say to yourself in the mirror.
Okay.
You're going to do that?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to.
How committed are you to this?
Well, I want to add value to people's lives, and so I'm going to be committed.
You already do. Okay. You add value to my life.
I'm going to feel like I actually do instead of just saying the words. I want to do the words.
Okay. This was so fun, even if nobody ever sees it. Like my kids might be happy to have it.
Well, we'll have to do it again sometime soon, sweetie.
Yeah, like when? We'll decide later, not for everyone else to hear. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.